Hey, stop what you're doing. Take a deep breath with me, okay? In and out. Remain calm. Lots of household items can be used as toilet paper in a pinch. I'm gonna try and one take this. Apple has just unveiled an updated iPad Pro and MacBook Air! Yes! The new MacBooks sport 10th gen processors, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of storage in the base model. But more importantly, they have the scissor switch magic keyboard instead of the old sinful butterfly keyboard. So that's the important thing.
You can have nice things now.
Yay! As for the new iPad Pro, it's got dual rear cameras, one wide, one ultra wide, with a LiDAR sensor for better AR experiences, and an upgraded A12Z Bionic processor.
But you're not allowed to take pictures on it. Because
that's horrible. But the big news here, folks, is the heavily rumored keyboard folios with trackpads, which are apparently real. Yes! iPadOS is getting full-on mouse support for trackpads and Bluetooth mice, and it's not just an optional accessibility setting like we saw in iPadOS 13. But of course, Apple couldn't do it the normal way. The cursor in iPadOS will be a little circle by default, and will change depending on the context. So now you can use a trackpad with your iPad if you want to spend $350 for the attachment. Logitech has some cheaper models for the cheaper iPads, but in case you were worried that Apple was losing too much of itself here, there they are. Sony had to answer Microsoft's deluge of Xbox Series X details, so they did. PS5 system architect Mark Cerny told a room full of cardboard cutouts that the console will have 8 Zen 2 cores running at 3.5 gigahertz with multi-threading. The Xbox Series X cores run at 3.8 gigahertz, and a custom RDNA 2 GPU with 36 compute units and 10.28 teraflops of performance, which is again, less powerful than the Series X. It seemed like Cerny spent a good chunk of the presentation talking about how this isn't actually a big deal and that teraflops don't matter, it's how you use it. Okay, Mark.
I'll show you how to flop.
So the GPU might not be ballin', but Sony has apparently put a lot of work into the console's 3D audio capability, and it might be so good that Cerny suggested players could send Sony pictures of their ear so they could get a custom audio profile. Nice try, buddy. You're not getting my ear data. And AMD processors won't just be found in next-gen consoles, you're about to see them in a lot more laptops as notebooks with Ryzen Mobile 4000 series chips are starting to roll out. For example, the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7, which is apparently the world's first 8-core x86 ultra-thin. And guys, no offense to AMD, but this is exciting because AMD laptops have traditionally kind of, they kinda suck. So early looks at the mobile processor lineup show parts with high core counts, great performance, and potentially decent battery life. I think Alex is working on a review of one right now, and he's... Am I not supposed to say that? Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Manscaped.
Manscaped!
I don't think that's their official jingle, but you should think about it. Makers of the world's first all-in-one safe and easy manscaping kit, the Perfect Package 3.0. It's got their new Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof body trimmer with an ergonomic design, quality ceramic blades with advanced skin-safe technology, and a powerful 7,000 RPM motor. That's manly. So you can manscape yourself with incredible speed. And don't worry about painful tugs, because the Lawnmower 3.0 has compact, anti-tug adjustable trimmer guards and a built-in LED light. Get 20% off and free shipping on your Perfect Package 3.0 purchase when you use code TECH at the link below or on manscaped.com. That's the name of the site.
Yeah, get some tech for your tip.
Yeah. Ooh.
I have to shave my tip.
Quick Bits? Sounds good to me. The current health crisis is forcing companies to use AI in a bigger way and faster than they might have anticipated. Facebook, Google, and Twitter are turning to automated moderation systems as employees increasingly work from home. And Google's self-driving subsidiary Waymo is turning to fully autonomous operation so safety drivers don't have to be exposed to travelers.
Once all the humans are dead, only the machines will remain.
At least there will be self-driving cars. It seems like whether we like it or not, this pandemic could lead to us all having personal robotic assistants that can go out and do our bidding outside for us. That's a very optimistic interpretation of what this will all lead to, but
I'm gonna name mine Riley.
I'm honored. Kronos Group has released ray tracing extensions for the open source Vulkan graphics API, meaning we might see fancy vector-based graphics in more games going forward. And getting decent ray tracing performance might not cost an arm and a leg either in terms of hardware capabilities, as Vulkan's method will apparently allow offloading of some of the workload to the CPU. So we all gotta share the load in these dark times, James.
Globalization.
Tesla has released the Model Y, with deliveries starting to roll out a year after its unveiling. The deliveries are actually beginning around 6 months ahead of schedule, thanks to the Model Y being built on the same chassis as the Model 3. So people will receive their new cars just in time to stay inside.
Why?
Whoopsies. Speaking of bad timing, internet provider Spectrum is offering 60 days of free internet service for households with at least one student, and they're even offering free installation of network equipment. Again, cool, but like, can you install it from outside the house to stay away?
Don't point your mouth at me.
Ah! And there's nothing like a crisis to foster innovation. China's facial recognition company, Hanwang, has figured out how to recognize faces that are covered by breathing masks with 95% accuracy. And the one they're using in London is like 20% accurate. Dang, China. They're a dictatorship, but they get it done. Speaking of being done, this episode is. Come back on Friday for more tech news, because the tech news doesn't self-isolate.
It spreads.
It's one thing we want to spread. Is that, I can make that joke.
It gets in there.